sugar beer all over the Caribbean island.
Hello, Kevin. You ever hear about Index Universal Life?
No, what that?
Well, we all know saving for a rainy day is good, but if you really want to get the most out of your saving, here's an account called IUL, Index Universal Life.
So, how this work? How we can get such an account?
An Index Universal Life account is offered by insurance companies and will give you more benefits than any other place where you can save.
Yeah man, okay, sounds good. But how it work?
By saving $1 a month monthly in the Index Universal Life account, you can get excellent growth on your money, safety of your funds, tax advantages when you're ready to withdraw, and with every Index Universal Life account, you will have life insurance that pays out money for qualified illnesses as well as death benefits to your family in case of death.
Yo, that's a lot of information. And I wasn't writing.
No worries, man. For more information or to start an Index Universal Life account, call 718-772-7679 and ask for Ione. Remember, call Ione at 718-772-7679 and ask about the Index Universal Life account.
Okay, got it. Call 718-772-7679.
Yeah, man. Call Ione 718-772-7679. Ask about the Index Universal Life account.
Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Twenty-one minutes after 6 o'clock. Thursday, 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 Thursday. It is Thursday indeed. I love saying this because Thursdays are such exciting days here on the show. Hello to my listening and viewing audience. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good evening to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lady D. Denise Gomez, your producer and presenter of the most informative show called Inside the Zone. The platform where voices are heard and people connect. Hey everyone, center stage, center stage. I hope you're all doing well. I hope on the good, on the good, on the good. And I'm hoping it's a good day because, of course, it is Thursday and on Center Stage, so many things, great things happen on the show. So I'd like to say hi to you, and you, wherever you are tuning in. Don't forget our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, food security, and more. Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., right here on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. Welcome to another edition of Center Stage. Today's program is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Have you stopped by lately? Give them a call, 718-324-7484. And of course, we're broadcasting on Linkage Radio 101.7 and 104.5 FM, Touch FM Radio 90.1, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, and Inside the Zone with Lady D on the YouTube channel. In this evening's show, I bring you Inspirational Zone, in which we get our praise on with inspirational gospel music. It is Gospel Music Thursday, followed by News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Then Music Zone. And in place of Fast Facts, I have From the Blackboard, a teacher's dilemma. Now, Teacher's Day was May 4th. That was yesterday. And there were some fun moments in the classroom when I was growing up, or when you were growing up. But I'm taking you to the motherland because you do have some children who are extremely funny in Africa. And I wanted to just share a short snippet of something fun. In Mail Zone this evening, your emails are my priority. And from the subject line, I feel like leaving my husband. From the subject line in Mail Zone, I feel like leaving my husband. Why, what happened? And I'm so excited because I'm in the month of May. Cinco de Mayo, by the way, everyone. Yeah, it is May 5. And I would just like to say welcome to Child Month. Annually, I feature Child Month on my radio platform. And starting next week, I'll be having some brilliant children who'll be talking to us. Yep. Yes, they will. They'll be talking to me, and I'll be talking back. And we'll be having good times, and life is just going to be fine and dandy. Did you know that? Yes, and our children, they're just going to knock your sock off. And the theme for Child Month this year, listen up, children's voices matter. 26 minutes now after 6 o'clock. Hey, hey, hey. 914-600-4228. That's the telephone number. Don't forget to log on to my YouTube channel, Inside of the Zone with the Lady D, Denise Gomez. Log on, man. Sit back, relax, and watch me. I'm in my canary color this evening, my canary yellow. Yep. That's what I'm sporting. So I'd like to say hi to you. And let me take you right now to... So I hope everybody's well, by the way. I hope you're well. I hope there's nothing tragic. I hope you're not sick. Even if you are, we're going to pray and cover you. Cover you, cover you. You know that song, Cover Me? Yes, we're going to cover you. So I hope you're well. And if you're in a good mood today, so am I, especially when I get to the radio station. And if you're not feeling so hot, things are gonna get easier, child. Yeah, things are gonna get better and better and better. 27 minutes after 6 o'clock. Are you ready for Inspirational Zone? I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. That's what Judith Gale says. I'm gonna trust you. Let's trust him together.
I like the bounce. I just love giving God praise. I like that.
Good God Almighty, you're the solid rock on which I stand. When all of the ground, they are sinking sand. Ooh. Good God Almighty, you never fail me yet, no, no. So I'm gonna trust in you as long as you let me pray. Oh, I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord, for the rest of my days. Oh, I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord. You never fail me yet. Oh, good God Almighty, you're a present help in times of need, and you never cease to supply my every need. Oh, good God Almighty, you make us more than conquerors when we put our trust, all our trust in you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord, for the rest of my days. Can I tell you now? I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I'm gonna trust you, Lord, 'cause you never fail me yet. Oh.
Music, music, music on a Thursday. I'm gonna trust you, Judith Gale. This is a 2022 feature. Yes, Judith, you're happening. Welcome everyone, center stage. How una doing? Lord, weekend coming up. Some of us can't wait, like myself, to just lay down in my bed tomorrow for my day off and say, Feels good to just not be rushing. But you know I gotta rush for a purpose, so do you. Agreed? Hey, Jack, I see you're early this evening. I hope the week was okay and that you mash up all the exams that you had, you know, because you have to pass. You have to pass the exam. You got to pass the exam. Hey, Carol, welcome. Nice to see you, my Carol, all the way from Yard in Jamaica. Carol, share the link with someone and say, hey, there is a foreign program on. She's Jamaican. So hi, everyone. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. You know I'm connected to my homeland, Jamaica. And it's my pleasure right now to welcome you to New Zone, a delayed broadcast courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for April 25, 2022. Jamaica's revenues from exports increased by over 15% in 2021 compared to the 2020 outturn. Data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, reveals earnings of just over $1.4 billion for the year. Director General of Statin, Carol Coy, says the increase was largely spurred by higher exports of mineral fuels, which went up 75.5%. There was $1.28 billion in domestic export earnings, a 10% increase, driven mainly by manufacturing and agriculture industry exports.
Over the past 3 years, the manufacturer's industry share to total domestic exports moved from 30.8% in 2018 to 56.3% in 2021.
Ms. Coy gave the update during Statin's digital quarterly media briefing last Thursday. She says increased exports of yams, fruits, beverage, and coffee were the main contributors to the rise in the agricultural industry's outturn.
Exports of yam increased by 4.4%, while earnings from fruits and beverage crops and coffee rose by 34.3% and 8.9% respectively.
There was, however, a 10.6% decline in the export earnings from mining and quarrying, which brought in $465.2 million. The Statistical Institute is also reporting that Jamaica's unemployment rate fell to a new record low of 6.2% in January 2022. This is a 0.9 percentage point lower than the figure recorded in October 2021 and 2.6 percentage points below the outturn for January 2021. Statin's Director General Carol Coy says breakdown for the labor force survey for January 2022 shows male unemployment decreasing from 7.6% to 4.8%, while the female equivalent declined by 2.5 percentage points to 7.9%. Youth unemployment is now at 17.7%, reflecting a 5.1% drop. Meanwhile, the overall number of individuals employed in January 2022 rose by 4.8% or 57,800 persons compared to the corresponding period last year. The number of employed Jamaicans is now 1,257,100.
Females recorded the larger increase in the number of persons employed. The number of employed females grew by 5.5%, while for employed males the increase was 4.3%. Looking at the employed labor force by industry, the industry group real estate and other business services accounted for the largest increase in employment of 24.9%, moving to 126,600.
The number of persons classified as being outside the labor force stood at 755,600 in January. Several communities in Portmore are to receive new digital water meters as a part of the government's non-revenue water reduction program. The program looks to improve service delivery in communities and cut revenue losses for the National Water Commission, NWC. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, says 20,000 digital meters will be installed.
These meters are accurate and should be embraced by the customers as the bridge between them and the NWC. This improved service delivery will benefit residents in various sections of the municipality, including areas such as Naggohead, Portmore Lane, Reedspen, Old Brayton.
The minister made the announcement during a recent staff recognition ceremony for teams involved in the water reduction program. The program is a partnership between the NWC and Maya, a global water efficiency company. Crab vendors operating at Hero Circle in downtown Kingston now have newly constructed stalls for their businesses. The stalls were remodeled through a partnership between the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, and J. Nephew. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, says the development of Crab Circle marks a tremendous day for the Fletcher's Land community. He has urged the vendors to show their gratitude by taking care of the stalls.
This is an investment not by Ria Nephew, but it is an investment by the vendors themselves, because at the end of the day, if it fails, it's not Ria Nephew that will fail. It will be you, the vendors, who have not demonstrated and accepted the kindness of J. Ria Nephew in assisting in this project.
Meanwhile, Mayor of Kingston Delroy Williams hinted that Harborview was being looked at as the next corporate area location to receive attention from this same project, while other locations will be introduced in short order. And finally, the Ministry of Education is seeking the help of CARICOM's Council for Human and Social Development, COSOD, for an extension of this year's CXC exams. Portfolio Minister Fable Williams says the ministry has requested an urgent meeting with COSOD's chairwoman, Senator Kay McConney, to discuss the matter. Minister Williams revealed this during Friday's installation ceremony of the National Youth Advisory Council of Jamaica 2021-23 cohort. She says the request is being made in the wake of a survey conducted by the ministry and the National Secondary Students' Council between February 23 and March 8. In that survey, students were asked about their preparedness for the CSEC and CAPE examinations. Of the 2,812 students surveyed, 1,754 of them expressed the need for additional time to prepare. But Minister Williams says that despite numerous appeals, the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, did not grant an extension of the examination dates, instead suggesting that students who are not ready should defer. She says the ministry disagrees with that position and will continue to advocate for the extra time.
We believe that our students in Jamaica and across the region have been significantly impacted. They have tried, especially students who have their school-based assessment work to do. They absolutely need more time. And so we will be advocating strenuously for this.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
That was a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. It is center stage right here on Inside the Zone, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Hi, everyone. Good evening to you. It is Gospel Music Thursday. And oh, how I love a Gospel Music Thursday, because I get to play a little of my stuff that I love. 6:41 p.m. How are you doing out there? Want to say hi to all the audience over there at Touch FM Radio 90.1. Haven't heard from you in a while. I wonder how is Keith? Keith, I hope you're okay. Haven't heard from you in a while. And I'm touching base with my own base over here in Mount Vernon, New York on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. To all the young people, like Eddie and them, I like to call Eddie name first. Don't know why, because I know him so long. Eddie and Yam Lady and Gloria and Pat and Vernon and Donald, Auntie Daphne, Daisy. I can go as far back to all those young people who are keeping the show going, and those who are relatively new. You and I perhaps do not have ongoing conversations, but you are there, so I'd like to acknowledge you and say good evening. 6:42 p.m. How about some gospel music for my Gospel Music Thursday? And, of course, coming up right after, I do have a short comedy for you. In place of Fast Facts this evening, I'm taking you to Teacher's Dilemma, or Dilemma. Because yesterday was Teacher's Day, and I'm like, I need to laugh a little bit. So I hopped on over to the continent. Yes. And I found, when you have your search optimization, it works for you very well, You just have to cue the right words and something will pop up. And so I came across a little video that's so funny. These African children that they have been grooming. How funny they can be. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Denise. How are you? Let's go with some more music.
One na na na. Yeah. Them say the grass look green up on the other side. But I lie, la la lie. Never could I change my side. Me no bother at all, no. See, my mind's made up for Christ, and I saw it a stay. Me never could have changed my mind. My Father is the most I got, so no matter try waste my time. If I know God, me not do it. Never could have changed my mind. Say me not do it, me can't do it. Every one of you make their choice. I'd rather Jesus every time.
Positive say, nah, do it. Boy, he means, not doing it. You can spell do it for me. Evening, everyone.
Blessed are the meek, but me not stop seek your face because two not play out a street. So beware, there's a man who's tricky out there. Him just a setting up bits and snare. And me no even walk close to the edge, my friend, cause me no say no pretty out there. Everything around me I go follow. Only what's for God will stay standing strong. I got to live my life circumspect. Give me one see Zion. Never could have changed my mind. My Father is the most I got, so nobody try waste my time. If I know God, me not do it. Never could have changed my mind. Say me not do it, me can't do it. Every one of you make their choice. I'd rather Jesus every time. So watch out for them, holy palai. Them a give you Jezebel with a Esther smile. Oh my, tell me what me I gonna do if me not trust the one who breathes breath in my heart. But like the Hebrew boys we not bow. Even when the road's not easy, he's the one thing that I'm sure of. Can't change my mind. My Father is the most I got, so nobody try waste my time. If I know God, me not do it. Never could I change my mind. Say me not do it, me can't do it. Every one of you make their choice. I'd rather Jesus every time. I found that there is another way. Yeah, this other way will make just mine. I'm dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, safely in His arms. Oh yeah, that's where you'll find me. So beware, there's a man who's tricky out there. In just a setting of beats and snare. And me no even walk close to the edge, my friend, cause me no say no pretty out there. Everything around me I go follow. Only what's for God will stay standing strong. I got to live my life circumspect. If me want see Zion, never could have changed. No sir, no matter waste your time and chat to me. I'm focused, you see. Them could offer me money and girls. Them could offer me diamond and pearls. No.
Yeah, aren't you just loving the selections this evening? Positive, nah, do it. Anybody can spell DWEET for me? You know how we do. Hi, everyone. Good evening to you. It is center stage right here on the show called Inside the Zone with Lady D. That's my name, Denise Gomez. It's brought to you by Cooler Runnings.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Absolutely, and I'd like to let you know that Cooler Runnings monthly, they have their mentoring session going on where there are people of influence who comes into a space that they own, and they have young adults that come in who listen to these voices, who have gone through experiences, who have attained some level of recognition in their own right. And that has been going very well. So congrats to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant for really tapping into the lives of our young people in our community. 6:48 p.m. I'd like to welcome you once again to the show. Never underestimate you, because you may have hopped back in, went into the kitchen, you did something and you came back and now you're settled and say, oh, let me give her a few more minutes of my time because your time is important to me, Yeah, it's not a right, it's a privilege. Ha, ha, ha. Don't think I don't know stuff. So hi to you, you, wherever you are tuning in, and to my YouTubers, you got me. So that's right, Ryan, DWEET. DWEET. Good evening to you, King Ryan. Reminding you that at 7 o'clock, I do have at 7, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. At 7 o'clock, yes, Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. The subject line this evening, I feel like leaving my husband, and you'll be able to say leave him or stay with him. That's your role, okay? As my audience, you get a chance to share your thoughts, your concerns about the emails that I present, that people write me and tell me, right? I connect with people not only on the show, Inside the Zone NYC at gmail.com. Do you have a story to share? Coming up right now, in place of Fast Facts this evening, of course, yesterday was Teacher's Day, and there were some fun moments as a child that I recall. Children in my time, they were funny, and some not so funny, but I had to hop on over to the continent because, success. Ever met success before? Yes, success is a charm. Welcome, everyone. Laugh a little bit with me. Accent thick, but you get the gist. Listen keenly, and you'll be able to hear.
Success, your uncle. Go and meet him. I'll see you in school on Monday, yeah?
Okay, bye-bye. Uncle Kibran, good morning.
Good morning. Have school closed?
No. It's ringing.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
This is Success Principal. So sorry to disturb you, sir. Sir, please, is Success with you there?
Yes, she is.
Okay, please, can I speak with her?
Okay. Success. Your principal wants to talk to you.
Good morning, Principal.
Hello, Success?
Yes.
Are you sick?
No.
Do you have toothache?
No.
So, which dentist did you go home to see?
Principal, the dentist is the movie that my uncle bought yesterday night, and I don't want him to watch it alone. Because if he watch it alone, he will not allow me to watch it again.
Success! So you took permission from school to go and see a movie?
Yes, sir.
Please, I want you to come back to school now.
But Principal, my auntie granted me permission to go.
No. That permission is null and void. I'm the only one that's supposed to grant you permission in this school. Okay? Come back to school now. I mean now. Give this phone to your uncle.
Uncle, take.
Hello?
Sir, please, so sorry about the inconveniences. Success is not supposed to leave school now. Sir, please help us get Success back to school.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Success! We are going back to your school now. Oh yeah, let's go.
But uncle, I'm not doing anything in school and we are finished revision and today is Thursday.
Is that why you're going to leave school by this time? Is something wrong with you? Why your mate are in school there studying? You came back here to come and see a movie with me. Is something wrong with you? And you're not even owing school fees. My friend, let's go back to school.
Are you a kidnapper?
No, I'm not a kidnapper. I'm your uncle.
But you're not my father.
What do you mean?
Uncle, see, if you don't want to be arrested as a kidnapper, leave me alone. If not, I'll shout. Permission is permission. I'll go to school on Monday.
Hey! What kind of child is this?
Uncle, please come on this your Joe and let me watch film, Joe. That one.
Okay. There are 5 birds on the tree. If a hunter shoots 2, how many will remain?
Auntie.
Or your Success?
No man will remain.
Sit down there, Olodo.
Auntie.
Yes, Precious.
If 5 birds are on a tree and a hunter shoots 2, 3 will remain.
Good, correct answer. Precious, go and carry your bag and go home. Let all these dumb ones remain here.
But auntie.
Yes, Success.
If there are 5 birds on a tree and a hunter shoots even 1, the rest will fly away now.
Success. No, it's 3 that will be remaining. But I like the way you think. Sit down. But that doesn't mean you're not dumb, Sha.
Auntie. Can I ask you a question? But if I ask you this question and you fail it, I'll go home. Oh.
What kind of question can you possibly ask me that I cannot answer?
Auntie, if I ask you this question and you fail it, I'll go home. Oh. Are you doing or not?
Success, ask your question.
Okay, there are 5 ladies, and 4 of them are wearing trousers and shirts, but 1 is wearing gown. Which one is married?
The one putting on the gown, of course.
Auntie, no. It's the one that is wearing wedding ring that is married. But I like the way you think. But that doesn't mean you're not dumb, Sha. I'm going home. See you on Monday. If I don't go and marry, you think this class doesn't know that you are 25 and you are still doing boyfriend and girlfriend?
Now, who can tell me the opposite of shallow? You.
Uncle, I know raise up my hand.
My friend, will you stand up? What is the opposite of shallow?
I don't know.
Give me your hand. Sit down. You. Stand up. What's the opposite of shallow?
Deep.
Good. Put your hands together for him. Now, who can tell me the opposite of criticize?
Hey, you know it.
You. Stand up.
But Uncle, I know raise up my hand now.
My friend, stand up. What is the opposite of criticize?
I don't know.
Give me your hand. Sit down. You.
Praise.
Good. Put your hands together for her. Now, who can tell me the opposite of psychology? You.
Me?
Yes, you. What's the opposite of psychology?
I don't know.
So why are you raising up your hand?
This I used to keep my hand in class.
My friend, will you put down your hand? Lizard face. You.
Uncle, I don't know.
Then why are you raising up your hand?
I'm raising up my hand to tell you that that's actually because I'm used to be in class.
My friend, will you put down your hand? Animal. In fact, that's it for English language. Let's go to agriculture.
Sir, you've not told us the opposite of psychology.
We will allow the viewers to comment that one. Everybody, look here.
And I hope the accent is not too thick for you. So the teacher is right now drawing an image on their blackboard. And the children are looking to see if they can make out this thing. Soon my viewing audience will be able to see what I'm sharing.
Now, we are going to recognition of animals. Recognition of animals. Now, someone should look at the leg of this animal and tell me the name of this animal. Someone should look at the leg of this animal and tell me the name of this animal. Fast. Wait, you mean you are in primary 2 and you cannot look at the leg of an animal and know the name of that animal? What has Auntie Ebere been teaching you people? Somebody should look at the leg of this animal and tell me the name of this animal. Now!
Success. You're an animal.
What's happening here?
He called me an animal.
Are you not an animal? Are you not an animal? If you cannot look at the leg of this animal and know the name of the animal, you are an animal. In fact, anybody that cannot look at the leg of an animal and know the name of that animal, that person is an animal. Now listen to me, you small thing. You are an animal. By the way, what is your name? What is this? What are you doing?
I think I'm an animal. Look at my leg and tell me my name. Anybody that cannot look at the leg of an animal and know the name of that animal, that person is an animal. In fact, Uncle, you are an animal. Uncle, don't worry, I'm suspended. Don't go and change that your hair to black. Be carrying white hair like domestic animal.
Shut up! Shut up, all of you! Shut up!
I'm sorry. Oh, Lord, I hope you got the gist. So here is Success. She came home from school to watch a movie that her uncle has. So the principal had to call and say, I need to talk to Success. Eventually, she goes back to school. But the wrap-up point here now is that the teacher drew the leg of an animal. He says if anybody in here is everybody is an animal because they have a leg. He pointed on Success. She go up and twist up her foot. So he says, what's the meaning of this? She says, I'm an animal. You should know my name. Oh my gosh. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Coming up in 1 minute will be Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And then right after Mail Zone this evening, I'll be taking you to my first Child Month feature. However, I will not be interviewing a guest live, online, or in studio, but I will be sharing a clip from an interview that Yendi Phillips did with 3 young girls who experienced being molested and how they have overcome. This year's theme is Listen Up, Children's Voices Matter. And I thought I should bring this clip to you at 7:30 p.m. And that's how I will wrap up the show. While we're hustling and bustling around, people are going through some really, really, really challenging and hard lessons in life. And music and shaking up is all good. But we need to empathize with others who are going through difficult times in their lives. 7 o'clock, you know how I do, on time, on target. This feature is brought to you by Cooler Runnings, Jamaican restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. It's now time for Mail Zone.
Always brand new. Right from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything. Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A
Good evening, everyone. It is 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And of course, I'd like to hop on over right now to our email. Let's see what's going on. From the subject line this evening, I feel like leaving my husband. Dear Lady D, I'm glad you have this section in your show. I want to share my story. I have come to realize that whatever you wish for hard enough, you will get it. As a child, I saw my mother bringing children into the world very often. In those days, birth control was not favored, and so she had 12 children, me being the 5th child. I vowed never to have that many children when I get married. When I was 19, I met the love of my life, and we've been married for 5 years. While we were dating, we agreed to have 3 children. When our first was born, we were excited. A year and a half later, our second, a girl. We chose to give ourselves a 3-year break before trying again, but without warning, I got pregnant with our third. As weeks went by, my husband never gave me a break, and at times I had to plead with him to allow my body to return to normal. Lady D, my husband continues to drop hints how much I'm holding out on him and that he likes seeing me pregnant. Every time I keep remembering my mother and get very scared that I might just end up like her. I love my husband, but in this modern day, how can I possibly have more than 3 children? He was raised by his grandmother and talks about having out his lot as though he's the one giving birth. I never knew there were men who still think this way. A few days ago, I told him I'm going to have the tubal ligation procedure done, and he was so angry. Since then, we have been at odds with each other. He's adamant that he wants more children, and I keep reminding him that we're only married for 5 years, and I'm not a baby machine. How could fate have dealt me this bitter blow? Just like my mother. Right now, I feel like leaving my husband. And she was done. I didn't get any back-end information in this one. She simply stated how she felt in her email to me. So I don't have anything to explain to you in the back end this evening. It's what it is. 5 years into the marriage, they have 3 children, and the husband is pressing her, wanting to have more children, and she doesn't want to have any more children. She says her mother had 12 of them, and she's the 5th one. Oh, dear me. That's tough going. Good evening, everyone. The line is now open to you. You know I like when you participate in this segment. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. What do you say about this one this evening? Lord. I tell you. And to my YouTubers, I know that you can send me your notes here, but I would like you to also call me. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228, and let me hear.
2 sparks united, we're a fire burning bright.
Good evening. Welcome to Mail Zone. How are you?
Okay.
Evening, DL. Fine.
But the man going to pick me after the men all like that.
Okay, so and I hear you, and there are women who are like that too. But the fact that they agreed for 3, and he wants to pass 3, and not allowing the lady to just kind of rest a little bit, he's just at her, both physically and with his mouth, beating her off.
Is it the children who want the or the sex him want?
Well, he's saying it's children. Who knows? Because you'd have to go do that anyway.
Because you cannot fix on contraception.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know.
Well, Andrea asking if he earned enough money. because it takes money to take care of children.
Definitely. So again, I don't know if pocket, if I take that. Hopefully, the pocket to do that and also to provide with help. How should you giving you this whole kidney for the
Well, again, this email didn't give me no back end information. She just wrote, and that was it. So, and I'm just presenting it because it's what it is.
So, on the surface, I was comment on the surface. At the same time, you have to make some allowances for not having everything.
Not to make allowances for what?
For not having, you may have gotten all the ins and outs, all the kidney to road.
Well.
But.
So it is.
But maybe I may have decided on that things change. They maybe have seen that 3 years okay then, and maybe it's fantastic stuff. The need maybe 3 or 2 girls and 1 boy, or 2 boys and 1 girl, but maybe or the ones that you turn it that way, and maybe I don't want the 4th one to get it on to turn it that way.
But you know how many people, DL, you know how many people have done that and end up with 7, 8 picnic waiting for boy or waiting for girl. Elf, and you go take them off.
Anyway, though, you cost you less, and you just buy the things by the dozen at the wholesale and distribute them.
You know
what? Save a lot of money.
You know what, Eddie? I'm done with you. Oh my God.
Anyhow, talk to you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Well, I believe that if you, as a couple, there are many people who, fine, if it's let's not use the term accident. If you meet, you have sex, you end up the girl get pregnant, what have you, you call it accident. But if you're married and you already discussed that you'd like to have 3, fine. If there's an inkling that you want to have 4 and 5, then, you need to have that conversation to say, boy, honey, I know, that we had said we would want 3. And when I look at these 3 little ones, I feel like I could, we could have another one. Are you up to it? Would you like to? And if she says no, you give her some time, method in every madness, you approach it at another time from another angle. People usually say couples is when head on pillow. A lot of things just seem to get confirmation. But, the poor lady says, when she had the 3rd one and, weeks went by, her husband wouldn't give her a break and she had to plead with him at times to allow her body to return to normal. Who knows? Maybe she had little trauma during the last delivery or so. Sometimes men are not as sensitive in their minds. This is the thing that they have mapped out, and to them it makes a lot of sense. But for women, you're talking about 9 months or 7 months, depending of changes that your body go through. It's not that easy. It's not hop, skip, and jump kind of thing. And when we see, I have a friend is 14. Her mother had her parents had 14 of them. But I mean, in this day and age, people don't really want to have that kind of number going on again. We don't know about that. Do not know about that. But I'd like to welcome you to the show, and I thank you for participating. Coming up at 7:30 p.m., I do have my first Child Month feature, and I'm telling you some of the information that these young people, young girls, will disclose will make you cringe. Pretty much their own experiences. And this year's Child Month theme, and as you know, I follow the same pattern that Jamaica has every year in the month of May. So this year the theme is Listen Up, Children's Voices Matter. And their voices matter, and it helps when you just listen and not try to abuse them. So I'm winding down at 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Mail Zone, if you know someone or you personally would like to share your story with me, incognito, I don't have to know you, is you, then or anonymously, you can email me insideofthezone@gmail.com.
Love had played his games on me so long, I started to believe I'd never find anyone. Doubt had tried to convince me to give in, said you can't win. But one day the sun came.
Oh boy, Larry, you had a voice, Massa.
The rain had stopped and the skies were blue. And oh, what a revelation to see. Someone was saying I loved you to me. On one in a million chance of a lifetime, and life showed compassion and sent to me a stroke of love, all to you. A one in a million you. I was a lonely man with empty arms to fill. Then I found a piece of happiness to call my own. And life is worth living again. For to love you to me is to live. Oh, one in a million chance of a lifetime, and life.
Oh, yes, Shernette. These are the kinds of music that makes the babies.
Stroke of love called you. A one in a million you. A one in a million chance of a lifetime, and life showed compassion and sent to me a stroke of love called you. One in a million you. A one in a million you.
Had to bring the curtain down on another feature of Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. It is May 5, Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Hello, everyone. Good evening to you. Of course, I'm taking you right now to my Child Month feature. Starting next week, I'll be having guests. Yes, for Child Month. Some interesting young people. And I'm looking forward to that. Last year we had a blast. Many of you who recall those interviews, they made us feel so proud and make we feel like, boy, they can go change the world. Quite possibly they will be. Some of them had already started to make their mark. Yes, in society. So it's a great thing. 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. Don't forget to support my sponsor, Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Did you know they're open 24 hours? Yes. Simply the best Jamaican food. And They offer catering service, by the way. So if you'd like some tasty food, Patrick told me about the jerk rice that Soji did. I'd like to try it. I don't know. Maybe they could do a veggie one, a veggie jerk rice or something. So I could have that. Yeah. We deliver with purchase of $20 and up. So call them. Please support. 718-324-7484. I'd like you to support my sponsors. 26 minutes now after 7 o'clock, and I have a few minutes, so I'm just going to get right into the kickoff of my Child Month feature. Welcome, everyone. This was an interesting interview that Yendi Phillips had, and I thought I should share it with you. Don't forget, I'll be back on Monday with the Monday Drive. Log on to my channel, Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. That's my YouTube channel. And follow me on Facebook, Inside the Zone. Follow me on Facebook, Lady D Denise Gomez, and on Instagram, Lady D Denise Gomez. This coming Saturday at 10 a.m. Last week, I wasn't able to do a live show for Saturday morning runnings, but guess what? Saturday morning runnings will be rolling out at 10 a.m. on the dot, and we're going to have a Mother's Day feature. I am ready to pop laughing. The ladies who work with me, I tell you, they can just go on. I just sit there and enjoy, because half the stories they can share, I don't have them kind of stuff, but man, are they good. So I'm looking forward to our Mother's Day show, right, Shernette and Jackie? And let's get into it. 27 minutes now after 7 o'clock. Kickoff for my Child's Month feature in the month of May. Welcome, everyone.
Share with you that this episode is a very sensitive one. It does contain subject matter that could be triggering for some, and so I wanted to give you a forewarning that it addresses sexual abuse, sexual assault, and trauma. However, I find the subject extremely important and worthy of discussion and unpacking, especially when looking at the Jamaican society. It also contains tips and pointers from a professional perspective in how to move through traumatic experiences, but also I think for all of us as a society, we can listen and take lessons and pointers on how to deal with our loved ones, family members, and friends who may be experiencing these traumas. I hope this episode impacts you in the way it impacted me. So first of all, it's lovely to see you guys again. How you girls been?
Working.
Yeah.
Tired.
It's really lovely to see all of your faces.
Same to you.
When we first met, we met in a very interesting capacity. But we had a nice open circle and we chatted and we shared and did a bit of dance therapy. I watched you guys get your room on and you said, rah, 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 rah. That was you. But let's talk a little bit about why we even came to interact with each other. Let's talk about the space. Let's talk about the foundation and the work that it does and what you guys have in common, because I feel as though it's a common thread amongst a lot of Jamaican women and girls, and we're much more alike than we are different. And there's so much we can learn from each other and our experiences. So it might be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but we're here to share. And most importantly, none of you are alone, and we're all in this together, doing this together today, yeah? All right, so since someone has the mic, let's talk a little bit. First of all, introduce yourself to me and let's talk a little bit about your story.
All right. I'm Courtney. I am 19 years old. I currently own a business, Creole's Beauty.
Yes, Courtney, yes.
I am studying to be an architect. I'm going to be an architect.
That's right.
And that's just a brief synopsis
of who Courtney
I
is.
am.
All right, pass your mic for me.
My name is Ranique. I am a behavior technician currently. About me, I'm fun. I'm always laughing. I'm always finding something to smile about in whatever situation. And I think that stands out most about me wherever I go.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Ranique.
Hi.
Hi.
So I am Anika. I'm 19 years old. I attend the Michael University School of Continuing
The
Studies, right? And I love to smile.
I can tell, and we love the smile. Love this. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the fact that we will be sitting down here now, where I'm looking at three beautiful women who are beaming with light and energy, and there is beauty abundant in the three of you. But you guys have an experience that's not so beautiful that you have common ground in. Let's talk a little bit about the encounters that you each have had that have changed your lives quite significantly. Let's start with you.
Okay, so I repeated when the circumstance happened. I repeated grade 11.
Okay.
And COVID just came to Jamaica. So the schools and place on lockdown. Anyway, so I was coming from a club with my friends, a school club, and they placed me in a taxi that we normally take, a taxi that we naturally go to school in the morning. He picks us up, and I went on it by myself. Right, my friends placed me on the taxi. I wanted to go home, they didn't, so they just placed me on the taxi. And two persons were in the taxi. They came off, and where my school is located, it's in the midst of Portmore and in the midst of Spanish Town. So there is the route that the taxi take, it's bushy. So right there, when the two persons came off, he detoured on the bushy road, and that's where it happened.
This was a taxi driver himself?
Right.
Are you able to walk us through? Is it that he locked the car doors? Is it that he pulled you out of the car? Can you walk us through that experience?
Okay. So what had happened was, after he detoured, he closed the door. I started to rail up, you know.
Of course, yeah.
And he touched me in inappropriate places.
Okay.
I tried to fight. It didn't work. Like, he became more aggressive, I could say.
Yeah.
And it's like he parked the car. He came out the front because I was sitting at the back. It was a 7-seater, by the way. And he came out of the front, came around the back, and wait.
Were you able to report it?
No, I was not.
Were you able to tell any loved ones?
No. Up to this day, my immediate family, my family, don't know. So it was after the incident happened, he went back to Spanish Town. So he continued the journey to Spanish Town, let me off in the middle of the road in Spanish Town, so I could have died. And I went home. I was home alone. I went in the shower, I cried, I threw away my uniform that I wear that day. And when my family came home, I act as if nothing didn't happen.
Is there a reason why you didn't feel like you could say anything to them?
I was just fearful.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. How long ago was that?
So March 12th is going to make 2 years since it happened.
Still hard to talk about.
Right.
Do you blame yourself?
Uh, yes, sometimes.
But do you know it has nothing to do with you?
Yeah.
You know it's not your fault, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? Has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm going to give you a moment to catch your breath. I'm going to pass the mic. There's a lot that we're going to unpack today, and I really hope that we're going to get to a place of healing and processing and moving through the pain. But I promise we're going to go through some tools today. Yeah?
Right.
Let's pass the mic. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Talk to me.
So, it all began when I was 5. Alright, so my eldest brother, he went to a high school near where we were living, and I went to an infant school near we were living. So it was, my mother set it up that after school, before he had track practice or training, he would come and pick me up and then either drop me off at home or carry me with him to practice. On some of the days, he picks me up, and I guess when he didn't have training, we were home alone for hours, and he would usually close the windows because next door to us was a garage. He would usually close the windows, and he touched me. He let me touch him everywhere, and like I remember one specific day, like my mother came home, and she was like, because when she came home a little earlier than he was expecting, so I had to rush and put on back her clothes, and she come and she say, "You all right, Courtney?" I looked at her. I was confused. One, because I knew it was I knew it was I knew it wasn't something normal, but I never knew it was bad. So I never know how to answer. Someone just said no. And then like for years I felt like she knew or she had a hint of what was happening. Yeah, and a part of me, I kind of blame her, but I can't know for 100% if she knew. And like, it started happening when I was like 5, and straight up to like 7. And we had like tenants living in the yard. And one Saturday, my mom went to work, and the tenants, they had a son. And it was just me, my eldest brother, and the tenant's son. The tenant's son was like 2 or 3 years younger than I was. I was like 6 at this time. And my brother called the little boy and him locked we up in a like a, it wasn't a closet, but like him, the door could swing back enough to touch the wall. So him pull back the door and make me and the little boy go in on the corner, and him tell we for touch each other. We did that, and that passed. And then couple years later, I was in primary school. Like, even after all that, I still loved my brother because I honestly never know say it was that bad. I was still like, call it like 3rd grade. I knew it was something not good, but I never know the extent of it. And one day, me and him did a walk, and he had me on his shoulder and neck. And then him say, "Courtney, remember when we used to bathe you?" I was like, "What?" "You know, remember when we used to carry home from school and we used to bathe you?" And then, right then and there, it hit me. And then when I started going to high school now, you know, at orientation, they have the sexual assault and all of that talk. And like sitting right there in orientation beside my mother, I just feel like the whole auditorium was just sucking me in, because she was right there and I was going through everything that they were saying on the projector, and I was like, I couldn't tell her, I couldn't tell nobody at all. The first time I told someone was when I was in 10th grade, and we were at home, like my brothers, my sister, my mother, everybody was at home, and we were supposed to wash plates. No, it wasn't my night to wash plate, it was my brother's night to wash plates. And then my mother had dunked on me for go wash the plate for him. So I got angry, and this was the very first time I had a panic attack, because I was saying, why should I be covering for him? Why am I doing stuff for him? Isn't it time now? And I went in my room and I started having a panic attack. And my sister came in there and she said, "Courtney, what happened to you?" And I told her, like, to me at time it never make no sense. Like the two situations never make no connection at all.
Right.
And she looked at me and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if she did believe me at the time, because he was like, my eldest brother and I, like, we were the closest. So I felt like she never believed me at first, but then she eventually came around, and then she was like, "You want me to tell mommy?" I was like, "Yeah, you tell her, one." And then like 1 day passed, 2 day passed, I realized that she never tell her. So I was like, alright, so probably she don't believe me. Okay. And then life went on, apparently. And then I was in 11th grade. And I had a medical, I think it was. And I don't remember what it was, but I remember going to the nurse, the school nurse. And she told me to lay down. She told me to take off my bra and to lay down on the bed thing. And she was touching me. I still don't know if that was okay. And like, she was feeling my breasts to see if there was any lumps in it. And after she came out of the room, everything was finished. I sat in the room and I just felt numb. And then after that, I had to go to a class. So walking back to class now, like, my ears did a ring. I'm never aware of my surroundings or anything. So when I reached in the classroom, like, no, I went to the bathroom first. And then I went into a stall and I was crying. Now, one of my other classmates were in the bathroom. She saw me going into the bathroom. My face never looked 100. And she was like, Courtney, all right? I never answered. I just walked going at the bathroom stall. And then I was crying in there. So anyway, I fixed up myself and go back to class. And that same classmate, she was in the class already. And then she was like calling my name, said, Courtney, all right? And then she threw a bottle at me to get my attention. I don't know which part it come from, but I just scream. Like, I hold my hair, I scream. Like, the class, the whole entire block, well, the whole entire level heard me scream. And when I scream, it's like, I didn't want to turn around and just grab her, but she was way bigger than me. So when I turn around and I see her, I just realized I couldn't do anything. I just ran out to the classroom, go back into the bathroom, and I started having a full-on panic attack. Like, I feel like my dad got dead. And then everybody came down there, starting to talk, and then that's when I tell the second person the story, and that was my best friend.
So I do apologize. I'm gonna switch because time will not allow me, but I'm gonna switch now to the third young girl who also has her story.
It's not your fault. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you.
So, I was sexually groomed by a deacon in my church for about 3 years, from grade 9 to grade 11. It's kind of weird how that happened, like from 2013. And every day it still feels like it's yesterday. So it started, I was in grade 9. You know, my mother wasn't the richest. My father was around, but you know, I grew up being content with what I have, but I wasn't fussy, right? But I have some friends, you know, well taken care of. You know, you go Excelsior, your friends are there. Everybody have what I'm supposed to have. Smartphone just come out, BlackBerry, everybody have, and I'm just here. But I wasn't angry, I wasn't upset, I wasn't feeling any type of way about it. So it started in the summer, going into grade 9. You know, church camp coming up, and you Courtney know that, you know, church people always try to sponsor us and stuff like that. And he was like, yo, I need to go to camp because I never got before and whatever. I didn't ask anybody, you know, asked my mommy, she said she don't have it, fine. You know, the week before camp, you know, my youth president came to me and she said, your camp fee is paid in full. I was like, all right, cool. They don't normally tell you who paid the camp fee, but it's like, all right, cool, it's paid. So, yo, mega camp, it's fine. Yay. Yeah, man. The first time, boss. So I went to camp, came back. Still going to youth fellowship, stuff like that. I still don't know who paid my camp fee. But I realized this particular person now, he was the deacon in charge of the youth. So I realized he started to come to youth fellowship more often. He started to come around. But he started talking to me. You know, I don't know you. I don't talk to people. You know, I'm just always laid back. So you just see me and talk to me and whatever. Cool. Go through the summer of grade 9, going into grade 10 now. I got a phone. You know, he just came to me and said, you know, I don't want you to feel any less than your friends. I don't want you to feel like you're less than them. You know, whatever they have, you can have it too. So he bought me a phone. It was a camera phone. I was like, okay. You know, all right. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about it like anything, but I was like, all right, cool. Churchman, gesture, okay, fine. I took the phone. You know, that summer, he asked me if I wanted to go to camp. No, man, it's okay. I don't want to go to camp. At that time, I was trying to get a summer job because, you know, things not going so good, but if I can get a summer job in a grade 10, then that would be good. So I didn't go to camp that year, but he kept asking if I wanted to go, No, I'm good. Back to school, he helped out, you know, asked my mother what I wanted. And honestly, she wanted the help. You know, even though my father come, I tell you, if my father come and my father give me $500 to go to school, best believe that $500 a day I serve him for 2 days, because
Right.
I know that if he had more, I would have gotten it.
Right.
So I went to school. So grade 10 now start, and I realized I had everything I needed for school. No questions asked. None of that. There was no if or but or nothing. You know, and my birthday is in October, so school year start, and by that time the deal 600 come out now that I had look at the diesel touchscreen. It was like, all right, cool. So he said to me, "Oh, my wife and I bought you this phone." I was like, "But this no mash up yet, so why?" He's like, "No, man, you know, everybody have touchscreen phone now." So he said, "Oh, she say, let's just get you the phone." I'm like, "All right, cool." You know me got too excited now. I hug her up and I tell her thanks, and she's like,
For what?
"You're welcome," but she really don't. But you know them people, them old people who just, when they just get them to know where you are, tell them thanks, so them just embrace it. And she's like, "You're welcome," and whatever. Like, all right, cool. Let me get the phone. And I had softball training 2 weeks after. Them thief the phone. All right, cool. I got a next phone the next week. I never started to look into it yet, to be honest. But I can tell you, every day I realized it was a pattern. So he would text me at 6:30 every morning. When I'm at school, he'd text me at 12 lunchtime. When school over 2:30, he'd text me. And I had to reply. I say had to because if I don't, or if I didn't, I'm call my mother and if someone worried, like, "You here for money? Everything all right?" So, you know, everybody around me thought this was a genuine care. And, you know, by this time, everybody's saying this person is a father figure and whatever. Honestly, my father didn't like it. You know, my father didn't like it. But I was like, "Daddy, nobody can take your place. You know, you are my person." You see me? So, you know, and every Tuesday, I had to stop by the house to collect lunch money. And the money done by Wednesday, may I get more Thursday. And then one day I stopped by, you know, my best friend and I, we used to walk home. We had to pass his house to walk home. And my best friend said, "Yo, Ronnie, I need to use the bathroom. Let me stop." And then he had a little office at the side of his house. He said, "Oh, I need to speak to you." I was like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "What would I know, you know?" I went in there, I sat down, and he said, "You know that I want to make sure that you're okay. I want to make sure that your brother good and your mother all right. I want to make sure that everybody is okay." And I'm like, "I appreciate that, you know, I really appreciate that. But it's fine, you know, if you don't have it, then it's okay. It's not a big deal." He's like, "No, man, I want to help to take care of you because I see the potential in you and I see that you want to do well and blah, blah, blah." All right, cool. And then at Excelsior, you had to wear slip. And sometimes you have to wear tights, you know. And he touched me on my private part. I froze. I said to myself, that was an accident. Because he would never. This man is a deacon. He would never. That was an accident. It was an accident. Let it go. It was an accident. I went home. I didn't say it to anybody, you know. I was like, it's an accident. I realized now it became a point where if tomboy, me and the boy them outside, living the best life. He told my mother, "Why am I always have so much boy company around me? You know, if I want to do good, then I need to let go of those boy companies. Where are the young ladies? I need to par with them. Can't be outside on the road every day with the young men and I have on shorts and." No, I don't know if, you know, as a mother, if an elder person said that to you, you know, you gotta take it into consideration. You know, mommy say, "Ronnie, you know, you kind of need for easier for the road with the company and whatever. You don't friend and company too much." And I was like, all right, mommy, all right. But I realized after church now, I got 3 envelopes every Sunday after church. One with money for me, one with money for my brother, and one with money for my mommy. No, my envelope every Sunday, 3 grand, 4 grand. You know, 2014, 20, the money there, enough money them time because I walk, come home, I'm gonna really eat at school, so I don't need all of that. So sometimes I take 1,000 and I say, Mommy, you can keep the rest if anything to buy or whatever. That was every Sunday. And I realized, Ronnie, something wrong. You can't walk with nobody. When him call me up I'm house for something, food or whatever, don't bring no company behind you. Don't bring nobody behind you. And I'm like, I'm not gonna walk alone. And I say, don't bring no company. And it came to a point where everything I did was a problem. So I stopped messaging him back in the mornings. I stopped replying. That was a problem. I'm being disrespectful. Because how dare you not reply to my message? I messaged you from 6:45 this morning. Why are you not answering? You know, he calls, I don't answer. I'm at school. I'm a prefect. Set example, I can't have my phone. No, but if I call you, I take a message and he got so much involved in my family. You know, everybody know him. Auntie, cousin, uncle, everybody. And they were like, yo, Ranit, when you graduate from high school, you have to remember this person because he's doing everything. He's playing the father figure role. I said, I have my father. What you mean? Godfather then. And I'm like, all right, cool. In grade 10, in April, I got baptized. I said to him, after today, I can't do this. This not right. After today, I can't do this. I got baptized today, you know, this have to stop. He was in the pool with me when I baptized. He was present, you know, and right after that baptism church over, everybody gone home. The same night, he tried to touch me again. You know, I was like, but I tell you something, I can't do this no more. You know, I don't intend on telling anybody, just stop. Like, just stop. He got in my mother's head, and it's funny. I told her about today, and she said, you know, I hope people don't start blaming me. Like, she said that, she said, oh, she hope people don't blame her. But she wouldn't know, you know. The thing with a groomer, they're very strategic. And I had to learn that after. Very strategic. He made sure that my mother trusted him with my life. He made sure that if my brother needed something, he was the man to show my little brother the way. If something want fixing at the house, him dead. If a broom want buy, him dead. He was very strategic and he was humble.
Everybody's
he
trust.
was humble in his approach.
Amen.
So I was like, I can't tell nobody because everybody see him as him up there so, and me just the writer so. I'ma need the help. My mother need the help, so I can't go. What me gonna say? How me gonna say it? You know, grade 11, I got a little more aggressive with how I responded to him. You call me? No. If I can't come with my brother and my cousin and my friend them, I not come. If I can't come with 4 of my friend them behind me, I not come, because I not go walk alone. You know, it reached a point where his wife went to the country and he called my mother and tell my mother, say, his wife want to talk to me about something. And she sent me. I went up there with my little cousin and, you know, kids, and him say, you want to watch TV? And she run same time and him get her food and set her inside. And I say, hello, I'm so ready, you know. And I said, where is your wife? And him say, she just gone. I'm like, all right then, I'm ready. And him say, you know, your mommy say, no food in the day. And I'm like, okay. I call my father and him say, I'm going to come up there later. So I wait till later. And him going to make me know, say, my brother can't do the hungry. You know, him getting on my head, he make me feel like, me have to fix it. So if me not do, him not do. Your brother dead and your brother go eat. Or your little brother go eat. And I'm like, you know, I sat down and him sit down on a bench a good distance, and every time he come over, I'm gonna go over till I reach at the edge of the bench, and I reach at the edge of the bench, and Him come close and he realized I can't move again because I'm stuck in the corner now. And he just sat there. He looked in my face with a smile and he was touching me. And I promise you, I was crying. And he was just looking in my face, smiling, and having his way with me. And that's the term he used to use. I need to make much of you. And those are trigger words. Nobody, friend, boyfriend, nobody. Don't tell me that you want to make much of me. Don't tell me that you need time with me. Don't tell me that, oh, my short's too tight. Don't. The minute you do that, it sends me far. You know, and he used to say that, oh, I'm only trying to make much of you, you know, because I'm here to help. I'm here to help, but I'm only trying to make much of you. There were days he tried to kiss me. I thought about good, romantic, tongue in a mouth kiss, and I felt nasty. 4 days out of 7. I stop when I come from school because my mother and my brother. On Saturday sometime, if I don't have school, I make sure to tell my mother if I don't want me alone by myself. I must come up there. Me, as fat as me be, 4 shots. And it was a problem. He was upset. And I say, why the man here just not stop? Why him not stop? Like nothing I do is making him back off. He got to drive home and man come back down at my yard to have a conversation with my mother about me. Conversation happened. He went home. Just as my mother started praying me now. So in my head, I went tell her, just start praying me. And she'll say, you know, somebody else I go get what you forget. Because he promised me foreign. He promised me when school finish, 6 months I go drive to school. He promised me room up in house. Because we live in a one little 2-bedroom. He promised me room up in house. I'm going to have to sleep with my brother. He promised me all of that. And her response was, how long you forget? Just I go gone now. I said, mommy, at this point, you can't go on, you know, because I never asked for it, you know. I never asked for it. I really don't think I need it. I've been a survive without him. If I survive grade 7 and 8 in a struggle, I'm reach grade 11 now. I'm good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I must close the show and close the launch of Child Month here on Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. But I had to share this interview to bring us even closer to what families go through. Hidden secrets of things that have happened to young girls, young boys, things that have happened and how they started. But what I am so proud of is that all 3 of them are presently excelling. With a lot of therapy and everything, they are excelling. Pay attention to your children. The moment things seem out of the norm, pay attention. Sometimes it's the unspoken words that we need to pay attention to. So Child Month continues next week, and I'm looking forward to, sharing some really good stories with you about our children. Thank you so much for tuning in to the show this evening, and my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. What would I do without you? What would I do without you? So food for thought. Again, to all those who participated, those of you who listened, I thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to being back here on Monday to do it all over again with the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside.
When you are hungry, come to Kulu Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
It has been a good run this evening. Thank you so much, everyone, and I trust that you'll all try to be well. You know, watch yourselves, cover your families with prayer. Walk the straight and narrow. We try to do that the best way we can. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Monday, God willing. A lot of love and blessings, everyone. Love, love, love. May I dock myself home. I'm out of here.
Chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am,
You're locked
where
on
He
to the
says I
number one
am.
radio station,
I know who I am.